Okay. Hey guys, so today we'll be doing a day 5 today, and yeah, let's get going. Story mode, let's go. I'll be doing on my phone own instead of doing it on my computer, because that way like I have to do all this over and over and over again. So I'm tired of it. Let's go into story mode. Bam.
It's getting late. Time to go.
I have the little desk.
That beautiful memory is so distant that it has become distorted. Bring along the investigation records. They may come in handy.
Let's do reverse flute. Flute of death. Yeah, I'll take it.
disaster in Golden Cave. My plan was to interview the survivors. But before I left, I received a message from a colleague who had been out of reach for days. She'd finally obtained an invitation to Alettis Manor with the help of an ingenious disguise. I decided to assume her identity and return to my paradise from long ago. The now infamous manor. My gut told me it might be my only chance to unravel its secrets with my own hands. Hi. I received an invitation.
Please come with me. My apologies, but we weren't expecting you today. The Lord of the Manor isn't here, but another guest has arrived.
Has a relaxed demeanor, fits in very well here, and doesn't look like a newcomer. Well-dressed in properly maintained clothes, but they were in vogue 3 years ago. Finely crafted gloves, worn out of habit, but there are signs of wear between the thumb and index fingers.
Mr. Freeberg, this is, the reporter? I see. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine. You can call me...
Hello. I'm Frederick Freeberg.
Mr. Freeberg, your performance was truly moving. Is it your own creation?
It was composed by a friend of my father's.
Your father was a composer?
Indeed. Many in my family, me included, received the call of Euterpe.
Mr. Freeberg, may I ask why you came to this manor?
Forgive me. I'm afraid we're not close enough for me to share this secret with you. I'm a little tired, so I plan to return to my room. Farewell.
A familiar, yet unfamiliar place. A little old, simply maintained, but cleaned well. An oil painting of the Mirror of Venus. It looks almost exactly like the painting from my childhood. Perhaps they are one and the same? This was my father's favorite piano. I clearly remember it being destroyed in that accident, but someone has restored it. This place is exactly like the manor I remember. If my memory isn't deceiving me, of course.
Your room is ready. Please come with me. This is your room. I'll excuse myself if there's nothing else you need.
Can I have a moment of your time to ask you a few questions?
Of course.
Mr. Butler, when did Mr. Kleberg arrive here?
Mr. Kleberg arrived the day before yesterday.
He introduced himself as a composer?
Not entirely. Mr. Kleberg is very popular in high society. He's a well-known new classical talent around here. But when it comes to composing, he doesn't seem to have inherited his father's gift.
Where is he staying now?
Mr. Kleberg suffers from mild psychasthenia and does not like being disturbed, so we placed him in the guest room at the end of the second floor.
To my knowledge, there should be more guests. Have they arrived yet?
Besides Mr. Kleberg and you, there are Mrs. Plinius and Mr. Orpheus. They will arrive as planned tomorrow.
Mrs. Plinius? The widow of that famous biologist?
Indeed. She's a very famous entomologist herself, and she has quite an insight into the study of plants and animals.
Where will she stay?
Mrs. Plinius is in the guest room on the western side of the main building's ground floor. It gives her convenient access to the greenhouse.
Orpheus? The popular novelist?
Indeed, the writer of suspense novels who has made quite a reputation for himself lately. I'm sure you've read his work.
Where will he stay? Has the Lord made any other plans?
Once all the guests have arrived, the Lord will tell you what to do next. Please wait patiently until then. You must be exhausted from the journey here, so please get some rest. I won't take up any more of your time. Dinner is served at 6. The servants return to their quarters at 11, and they prepare breakfast at 6 in the morning. Feel free to ask if you need anything else.
Thracian girl carrying the head of Orpheus on his lyre. It's a part of my father's collection. According to my previous investigations, it should have been sold off by our greedy relatives, just like the painting in the living room. But someone has brought it back here again. This used to be my bedroom, but it has been modified into a guest room now. Not a single trace of my past life can be seen here. Perhaps I'll have the chance to discuss this book with Mr. Orpheus. I need to learn more about the environment here before I can proceed to the next step. There's nothing else to record for today. I paid special attention to the surroundings on the way here. I didn't expect to return here like this. Even though the interior of the second floor has changed, the entire building seems to be an intentional restoration of the main building from back then. So this floor plan father drew himself should be of use. Maybe I should investigate the first floor today. It will all become harder to control once the other two guests arrive tomorrow. But I must wait until the servants go to sleep. So where should I start? lush vegetation that doesn't fit in with the other plants in this greenhouse. It seems to be specially grown. Or maybe I should try to learn more from an expert in this field. This used to be my favorite spot to play as a child. My playmate would sit at the end of this dining table and scribble down interesting short stories before reading them to me. There is another place, a place that only the owner of this manor knows about. These sculptures are mechanisms designed by Mr. Lapadura, and all the doors in this manor can be opened with the nightingale song.
Hear the nightingale song, and the gates under the starry sky will open for me. Someone is using this place. Is he back? What's this? A diary? The girl mentioned here, Emma Woods. Is she the gardener who went missing in the city?
crazy. But all of them seem linked to the cold case I was investigating. It's getting late, and the servants are about to wake up. I should get back to my room. The content of the diary from my first day of investigation left me restless all night. Those referred to as hunters and those strange events are far beyond reason. But the records do reveal a frightening truth. Perhaps I can only find out what they experienced by experiencing it for myself.
Did you sleep well, miss? Breakfast is served. Feel free to enjoy some in the dining room.
The butler seems to know the preferences of each guest. I wonder which one was prepared for me. Her face may be hidden away, but based on the skin of her neck, she's definitely still young. She has a tall and toned figure, so she's either of Eastern European descent or engages in outdoor activities all year round. No expensive accessories, but the quality and tailoring of the clothes are superb. I can tell she's wealthy and isn't fond of extravagance. Good morning. You must be Mrs. Plinius. A reporter. Millie Plinius. Nice to meet you. May I ask why you came here?
There's a unique species of bees nearby. I'm here to study them.
Were you just at the greenhouse?
Yes. The lord of this manor was growing some special plants, so I was conducting some initial observations.
You study botany too?
My husband was very skilled in that field, and I helped him with some of his research, so I've dabbled in it a little.
You have my condolences.
Risk is always present in life, just like it is in research. It is in the past.
Are the special plants you mentioned earlier those ferns? Why are they growing here?
It is quite unusual indeed. With the exception of a few plants like cornflowers, most ornamental plants prefer acidic soil. Those ferns are no exception. The lord of the manor prepared a type of artificial soil just to grow it. I've only ever seen that kind of soil owned by a family of aristocrats in the Mediterranean.
Good morning, Mr. Kreberg.
Good morning.
I can't tell if it's a lack of rest or something else. But Mr. Kreberg looks a little upset. I presume you're the novelist the butler mentioned. Dressed in the latest design, with carefully groomed hair and accessories. Perfect for a rising star in the world of novelists. There are white spots on his cuffs that look like the work of dew. Where did he go so early in the day? It seems Orpheus's work has brought him a considerable amount of income. I've read many books written by Orpheus, but I've never met you in the flesh.
Good morning, Mrs. Plinius. I didn't expect to see you here.
Good morning, Mr. Orpheus.
Good morning. I'm Orpheus, a novelist.
It's an honor. A reporter. Is Orpheus your real name?
Forgive me, miss. Only my pseudonym can be used in public. It's part of my agreement with my publisher.
That's all right. We're not here to socialize anyway.
Mr. Butler, are there any plans for today? When will we get to meet the Lord?
My lord invites all of you to Kreberg Racecourse at the west of the manor this afternoon.
Kreberg Racecourse? I thought it was abandoned after that incident.
It is as you say, the racecourse is not active. My lord merely asked that all of you go there this afternoon. Besides that, please keep the promise you made upon accepting the invitation. Do not wander around at night, and do not leave the main building before receiving a second invitation.
The butler seems to know something. But relatively speaking, I'm more interested in what Mr. Orpheus mentioned. Mr. Orpheus, what does the thing you mentioned earlier refer to?
Around 10 years ago, an Irish nobleman, Menace de Capet, acquired this manor. His noble conduct was very popular. The middle-class families in the vicinity hoped to marry off their daughters to him. But Menace fell in love at first sight with a noblewoman from Austria, Mary. However, Mary grew depressed after the wedding. The depression was attributed to Mary's lack of suitable social venues. Menace built a race course for her. The horse races there soon became the hottest social event in town. Everything seemed to be going in the right direction, until Mary committed suicide in the race course, and an ominous air filled the place. The tragedy didn't end there. Not long after Mary's death, racehorses galloped out of the track and caused a fatal stampede, ultimately embroiling Menace in a lengthy lawsuit. Maybe it was the pressure from the claimants, or it was the sorrow from the death of his wife. Menace went mad, and he was never seen again. As for the manor, it was sold off by Menace's creditors.
Why is the race course called Kreberg?
Kreberg was the maiden name of the wife of the manor's previous owner.
It seems like he really loved his wife. So why did Mary take her own life?
There are many theories about that. Some say Mary had an affair with a jockey, and she was condemned for it. She couldn't take the pressure, and took her own life. Of course, some say it was a murder, disguised as a suicide. After all, there's always a price to pay for being unfaithful. Just like those insects, right, Mrs. Plinius?
I didn't expect you to be so interested in etymology, Orpheus. However, insects are unlike humans. They do not betray easily because there is more than a single price to pay. Speaking of which, we have a Kree bird with us too.
I'm sorry to say that I'm French. Forgive me, but I wish to rest a while longer. I'll see you in the afternoon.
It's common knowledge that the Mary from Austria, whose head and her crown fell together, was from France.
I'm going to continue my research in the greenhouse. I'll see you both in the afternoon.
I plan to have another look at the collection in the living room. See you in the afternoon, Miss Reporter.
There seems to be more to their relationships.
I should get a better understanding of my playmates before the game begins. I'll start with the famous novelist. Everyone seems to be hiding a secret. Perhaps I can start with that mysterious novelist and gather some useful information. Strange. Mr. Orpheus isn't here. It's cold. It should have been extinguished a long time ago. It's fixed to the fireplace. It's moving. Nothing happened. Did Mr. Orpheus never come here and go out the back door instead? Then... Maybe I can have a chat with Mr. Kreberg. Was that Mr. Kreberg? Where is he going? I lost him. I must find a place with a better view. There's a lookout. I should be able to see the entire race course from up there. I need something to climb up there. Maybe I can find something useful in the stable over there. Found it. This should help me get up there. Great. It seems to still be working. The deserted stands are in disarray. Many things have been damaged. Three mounds, two of which have cornflowers in bloom on them. Found him. I need to get a closer look. He seemed to be looking for something. I need to get an even closer look. He seemed to be looking for something. I need to get an even closer look.
Mr. Orpheus, it would seem none of us are following the rules.
The spirit of exploration isn't a terrible quality. However, exploring aimlessly is usually futile. Isn't that so, Mr. Kreberg from Austria?
What do you know?
I investigated all the assets of this manor before coming here, including this racecourse that is named after your family, and the legend of the cornflowers. Oh, and Blue Hope.
Please, do tell.
In its prime, the Kreberg Racecourse was a renowned racecourse where even its popular horses were quite famous. The most famous among them was the racehorse that came to be known as the White Steed of Death. During every race, its rider would invite a lucky lady to pin a flower on it as a victory race. The lucky lady was usually Mary. As for the flower she chose, it was the cornflower. The cornflower, which symbolizes a happy encounter, soon became ironclad evidence used by the people to slander her and the rider of an impure relationship. They seem to have forgotten that the horse when berserk caused a trampling incident later on. The White Steed of Death was once known as Cyanus. It was a symbol of love that Manus had gifted to Mary. And they forgot that the cornflower had always been the crest of Mary's family, just like the one on your tie.
If what you said is true, is it wrong that I've come here to pay my respects to a late relative of mine?
Oh. So Manus buried Mary here. Someone offered a high price for the location of Mary's grave back then, to pay homage to a beautiful lady who died unjustly. Yet their search came up empty. Later on, some rumors surfaced about Manus going mad and taking her remains with him.
They don't seek to pay homage to her. All they want is that gem.
Aren't you the same?
I'm not interested in that cursed thing.
What a pity. You may have heard that besides being a novelist, I'm also a detective. And finding things just happens to be what detectives are good at. I even plan to help out a little, in exchange for some things.
In exchange for what? Deal.
So, where should we start?
After Mary passed away, my family sent multiple letters to Manus asking for the dowry to be returned. Especially Blue Hope. But Manus never wrote back. Until the day he went missing and someone brought a letter from him to Mary's father.
She rests eternally in her beloved place with the beloved.
Mary loved three things from childhood: praise, jewelry, and horses. This is the only place I can think of where all three meet.
After the incident, Manus killed Cyanus to appease the people's anger. So, you think he buried Mary with Cyanus? Along with Mary's favorite gem?
I don't know. That's as far as I can get.
We can start by searching for Cyanus's burial spot. The substance secreted by rotting remains sometimes changes the pH value of the ground, and it takes a long time to restore balance. Perhaps we can try to search for anything unusual at places where a horse may be buried, like the stables, for example.
Mr. Orpheus seemed to be giving me a hint. Cornflower remains. Beloved place.
The substance secreted by rotting remains sometimes changes the pH value of the ground, and it takes a long time to restore balance.
With the exception of a few plants like cornflowers, most ornamental plants prefer acidic soil.
It's not at the stables. I think I know where Mary and Cyanus are buried. The hill among the three that is only covered under their grass. Maybe I can locate the necklace before they do. No coffin. These are not human, huh? What's this?
I have to say, you're really sharp, Mr. Kreberg. You have the makings of a detective.
Oh no, someone's coming.
Miss Journalist, what a surprise.
Oh, is that so, Mr. Orpheus? You're an outstanding detective, but a terrible actor. Especially when it's improvised. And as for our brilliant Miss Journalist over here, I guess you lived up to the expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, the duo performance is over. Bring that box over here. You don't want any accidents to happen, right? Get over there. Turn around and don't look back until you hear a gunshot. Otherwise, it will be the last thing you hear.
It's in our best interest to listen to him. There are calluses on his palm, so he should be good with a gun.
Mr. Orpheus, don't you think it's strange? Mary's coffin isn't here, so where did Nana take her?
That depends on what Mary loves more than horses, jewelry, and praise.
What was that? Maybe we should leave this place first. The gate seems to be controlled by this keypad.
Now it all makes sense. I saw quite a few cipher machines around the race course. It must be something the master of the manor prepared for the game in the afternoon.
Have you found a way to decode them?
I think I have an idea, and it may be worth a try. We should start with the largest machine at the center of the race course.
This seems to be the same cipher machine mentioned in those diaries. It looks like a cipher machine that must be decoded with a key, but I don't know what the key is.
I think I know. What's wrong?
I'm alright. It's just that I'm not used to the sound.
Why don't you look for the other cipher machines? And we'll meet back here. You can leave the decoding to me.
With the signs again. Then why are they amplified today?
I think I know how to decode them.
I found 5 other cipher machines.
then now... Who is that?
Who is... I'll distract her! I'll leave the rest to you! Is this open? Is this open? I don't know how to decode that. She should meet up with Mr. Orpheus this instant. Someone is calling out to me. That voice, he's calling.
I'm happy to see you awake. Mrs. Phineas said you fainted in the greenhouse. Fortunately, Mr. Orpheus was there. I've sent for the doctor in the city, but the storm last night destroyed the roads, so they can't return for now. But Mr. Orpheus is knowledgeable about medicine, and according to his preliminary diagnosis, you seem to be fine. I've instructed the kitchen to prepare some liquid food for you, and I'll go get it immediately.
Thank you. May I know how I got back here?
I found you unconscious at the racecourse's entrance. Perhaps you fainted from fear or shock? I carried you back here. I ran into Mrs. Plinius at the gate. I was forced to ask for Mrs. Plinius's help to prevent the others in the manor from learning that we took action on our own.
Where's Mr. Kreberg? Did he come back here?
I'm not sure. No one has seen him. Mrs. Plinius, the servants, none of them have seen him.
It depends on whether the servants are telling the truth. In fact, I've been in the greenhouse all day, so I don't know if anyone has gone in or out of the main building.
He ran away?
I've been to his room, and all his belongings were still there.
If that gem was his objective, then he has achieved it. Perhaps he felt it would be too risky to return and get his belongings.
When I said all, I meant the gem as well.
That's so unusual.
So I have reason to believe that he may be watching in secret. I've told Mrs. Plinius about the incident at the racecourse, and it seems the situation here is more dire than I ever imagined. Although I know there's no such thing as a free meal, I don't want to suffer an accident before the banquet even begins. Obviously, we must be wary of the elusive Mr. Kreberg right now. So in my opinion, it's always better to have more allies.
I agree. Then perhaps we should be more honest with each other, for the sake of our temporary alliance. For example, building trust by starting with the reason we're here. This manor's reputation isn't the best. I'm sure some materials in a specimen are not worth taking such a risk.
An article isn't worth it either. I don't mind. What about you, Mrs. Plinius?
I agree.
Then, who will go first?
In order to show my sincerity, I will go first. My presence here is linked to my husband's death. As reported by the papers, his cause of death is a type of rare breathing. Although it's a rare occurrence in the field of biology, it isn't unheard of. I wasn't suspicious at first. Sorted for my husband's belongings. I discovered that he hadn't recorded those bees in his observation notes. My husband was an extremely meticulous person, toward people and even more so toward his research. So there should have been an unrecorded species of bees in his apiary. And not too long ago, I received a bee specimen from this manor, and it was the exact rare bee species. He invited me to a game here, and in exchange, he would provide information on that bee species and the cause of my husband's death. Who's going next?
Then I'll go ahead. I said that I was here to gather material, and it wasn't entirely a lie. But the subject of the material is me. My father owned this manor before Manus did. He was a kind and gentle man who loved art and doing charity work. Our family lived happily here, but his kindness did not receive the reward it deserved. The forest ranger we hired colluded with bandits. They killed my parents, ransacked the manor. I managed to survive by hiding in the cellar. Later on, a relative of mine placed me in a nursery and sold off the manor to Manus at a low price. As for the bandits and forest ranger that destroyed my family, they've gone missing. I've been searching for them throughout these years, but I always come up empty. This went on until not too long ago when the newer owner of the manor sent me something and claimed to possess clues on the forest ranger's whereabouts. And the clue is the game's prize.
What did he give you?
A piccolo. It was what the bandits used to trick the guards into opening the manor's gates back then. All right, Miss Journalist, tell us your story.
Come in.
Miss, I brought you dinner. Dinner is served for everyone else as well. Please enjoy your meal on the first floor. Lisa will take care of her.
Too many things have happened today. Miss needs some rest. And we can continue tomorrow.
I had that dream again. Maybe it's a warning. A warning for me to finish this as soon as possible. According to my colleague in my investigation, the main character in every story written by Orpheus has links to cold cases. They're either the victim or suspect. And in the latest story, I am the character. Bandits, Piccolo, forest rangers. It's obvious he knows the past very well. And his knowledge may even surpass the police files. He knows it so well that it's suspicious. If he wasn't a participant, he must have been a survivor. According to my knowledge, the only possible living survivor of the incident is... Could it be him? But I feel like I've missed something in this story.
The forest ranger we hired colluded with bandits. They killed my parents, ransacked the manor. I managed to survive by hiding in the cellar.
Wait, cellar. As far as I know, the main building never had a cellar. At least not before I left. Was it just a mindless mention? Or... still time before dawn. I can use the stormy night to restart my investigation. Then... This is the only place I haven't investigated. Wait, the flooring sounds off here. What have I missed? Ventilation-wise, the air is quite clear. Someone must have accessed this place quite frequently. This place looks like a laboratory. There's still half of it left. I think it's some kind of reagent. An emergency operating table and restraints. These restraints have been used frequently. These symbols. What do these symbols represent? This is a symbol my father designed. The mark of the mirrors. Maybe I can test them. Looks like a psychedelic drug. The siren song. It does look like a terrified sailor entrapped by sirens. Is this why we experienced hallucinations at the race course? Nothing happened. Similar records are linked to its effects. If Siren represents terrifying hallucinations, then what does the Mosimi represent? Huh? What's it doing back here? Who's there? Was it him? Who's there? Alice? back here? Was it a nightmare?
Good morning, miss. Breakfast is ready. Please enjoy your meal in the dining room on the first floor. Oh, and a new guest arrived today.
Good morning, miss. This is Mr. Norton Campbell, a new guest.
Good morning, Mr. Campbell. Forgive me, Mr. Butler. It must be an after-effect I experienced yesterday. I don't have much of an appetite today. I'll be retiring to my room for some rest.
Of course, miss. Please take care and notify a maid if you need anything.
Miss, considering the state of your health and Mr. Creeper's sudden disappearance, the Master has made some adjustments to the existing arrangements. You are free to move around the main building today, but please do not leave without permission. And let me know if you need anything.
Alright, we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.